Let's play the intro. Sorry about that.
NHL Nightly with your host, the sportsman, a.k.a. Peter Lebowski, a.k.a. Jeremiah Maxwell. And with him, as always, maybe Pearlo, Wisdom, and Rico and Barry.
Hey, what's up? Everybody in Canada isn't wanting to die or anything because they lost in World Juniors, are they?
No, man. Samsonov just made it even worse for Team Canada and Leaf fans. We had the best day in the world, man. But, dude, Michael Hutchinson's on waivers.
Was it Samsonov, though? What did he let? I mean, I wasn't watching the goals, but like
bad. At least
overtime. Hey, Logan, what's up? Hey, I don't blame the overtime goal on him.
Not the overtime one, but three of them. The tying goal for Columbus, the guy just came down the wing and just wristed one at the hash marks and fucking, oh, God. And Liljegren gave one away tonight, too. Jeez.
I just think the Leafs don't play good team defense anymore either. And for whatever reason, they forget how to play defense whatsoever against. Hey, Daniel, Barry Sports Highlights, thank you again for joining us. Appreciate you always coming in. I'm getting some audio, Pearlo, from your back. I'm getting some feedback, my friend, from the backdrop there.
Is it better now?
Yep, it's gone. Whatever it was. Thank you. Sorry, it was just very loud. It's fine. It's life happens, so I know you got stuff going on at home and stuff, so no worries.
Yeah,
we were a little late today, guys. Sorry, it was my fault. I was trying to update the scores.
I had to update a whole bunch of.
No, Pearlo. No, we were late. I'm not putting this on you.
We were late. Oh, fine. Good. Oh, sorry. I thought
we were late. You're fine. We literally just started the show. Yep, we literally just started the show. Okay, real quick, we're just recapping the scores. Maple Leafs lose to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Deja vu.
I hate Toronto. I hate Toronto. I hate Toronto. I hate Toronto.
5-6. You said take the over.
Yeah, I did take the over, but that's besides the point. I still hate Toronto.
I think it's fair to say that if the Toronto Maple Leafs, Salty, the Wings had a great game too, a crazy game. So Blue Jackets win 6-5 overtime against the Leafs.
Okay.
That sounds familiar. If that sounds familiar, that's happened before this year, except for the last time it was 5-0 Blue Jackets, and then the Leafs came back and made it in overtime, and then they lost. This time, Blue Jackets kind of had to keep getting back into the game. Wings had a lead, kept going up in front, 2-1, 3-1. Then the Preds kept climbing back in, and then they go to overtime, 4-4. And then I think Moritz Seider, Lucas Raymond, but I believe it was Moritz Seider's 200th game already. Hard to believe. Really good game. The game I was paying most close attention to was the Florida Panthers, New York Rangers. I don't think the Rangers have anything to hang their head on. The story of that game, though, was Alexis Lafreniere. It was completely accidental. His shoulder hits Barkov in the head. He got a 2-minute penalty, but he clearly didn't do it on purpose. He didn't even see him. They reviewed it, and it was a good call. They made the right call. I do believe he got a 2-minute penalty. I think McCarr just got a penalty shot, and he was stoned by Bennington, yes. As we give you live updates here on NHL Nightly with the sports beard, Jeremiah Maxwell. With me, as always, Rico, our French correspondent, gambling aficionado, Pearlo Wisdom. How's it going, guys? I hope you're doing well. I have to say, I was telling Rico he was sad because Team Canada lost. He was sad because his beloved Leafs lost. But I said it could be worse. You could be an Ottawa Senators fan. They got worked. Yeah. And Pearlo, the New Jersey Devils may have solved their goaltending problem with Dawes and that. The 22-year-old German kid came up. They sent your boy Akira Schmid back down to the minors, which I think they had no choice because if they send Vanacek down, he have to pass through waivers. They don't have to do that with Schmid. Schmid is the guy they can send up and down because he's got a two-way, so it works out for them. Even though you could make the argument, I don't think Vanacek has actually played that bad for them this year. Both of them have not played great. Is what it comes down to. But Dawes comes in, they win 6-2. Really, the one goal was a bouncy, fluky goal. Capitals break up the shutout, like Rico said. Nick Kubel, nothing to write home about. Darcy, I'll say this right now: if the Capitals are out of it, they need to shop Darcy Kemper to a team like Toronto that needs a goalie. You guys want Darcy Kemper?
I heard Michael Hutchinson's on waivers. Let's go down that road again.
I saw Sammy McKee retweet that, and it said it was a Vince Carter meme. He was going, "I got one more in me." It was like he's
nice. I didn't
Vince
see
Carter
that.
played until he was like 44. Hey, credit to Vince Carter, by the way. I think it's much harder to play like what LeBron is doing this year at like 38 years old. Michael Jordan could barely move at 38 years old. LeBron is dropping 40. It's kind of ridiculous how good a shape.
He's on steroids.
No, dude, that guy takes way too good shape of himself. If he took steroids, his body would have broke down by now. So,
just kidding, man.
Short-term gains in steroids.
I'm kidding.
The Blackhawks are losing 4-2 to the Stars. That's to be expected, but the Hawks had a lead in this game for quite a while. We're all tied up, Avalanche Blues. I wonder when Mr. Pearlo comes around with the Blues not being that bad, man, and the Avs being maybe not that good. Yotes and Ducks are underway. The pucks just dropped, and Flyers Kraken were 3 minutes underway there. And wanted to ask you guys, what are your thoughts? Would you want to stream on New Year's? I know everybody's got for the Kraken.
Oh, yeah.
That game is on 7 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be well after all the festivities for you guys if you're going out or whatever. We have to take our dogs to the basement.
I'm in for sure.
Okay.
Sure.
What, the outdoor classic?
Yeah, it's the only game on January 1st. It would be 7 o'clock your time. We just do a live stream while the game's going on.
It's 3 o'clock my time.
Is it 3 o'clock your time? No, I thought it was 7.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 7. Let me verify.
What time does it start Eastern? 5?
That would be 7, Pearlo.
No, it's 100%. It's 3 o'clock.
It's 3 o'clock your time. I am correct. I am wrong. It'll be 11 a.m. my time. Yeah, that's fine. That's even better, honestly. Earlier, Monday. You guys want to stream it?
Monday.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right.
Okay, we're going to do it. I will plug it and advertise it. We'll be live streaming for the game. I'm sure we won't be the only ones, but like the Emerald City guys, they're going to be at the game. So I should have been going down there, guys. Honestly, it's a really quick flight to Seattle. It's like usually the first stop, but it just wasn't doable. So
it's not too late, is it?
No, I could still go, I'm sure, but I'd like to be there tomorrow for the Chicklets thing, which is
go see the Chicklets guys in the booth.
When I have family I could stay with there. It's not like it would.
Dude, message RA. They're going to be in the booth for the festivities and stuff too. So
I'm coming out of the booth. Yeah. No, it'd probably cost me about $1,500 too, just based on tickets and stuff. Yeah. So craziness ensues. No, it's not sold out. It's not sold out, Logan. I looked at tickets yesterday. I could have bought tickets easy. There's a lot of tickets
sold
left.
out, but not on the secondary market.
On Ticketmaster, it wasn't sold out. And Ticketmaster is like the primary source of I could have bought like dugout seats for like $500 for me. Yeah, Andrew, it's fine. It's to be expected as the Caps this year. There's no modicum of consistency with them. I have to say, too, guys, I hate to say it, Ovi is fucking washed. Like, he goes into the corner and just turns the puck over, like, every time. And everybody just collapses on him now. There's no sense of just let the guy get a shot away, for crying out loud. It's just like, and he just doesn't, there's no one else to give him create any space. He's not playing on the top line now, so.
Boys, he doesn't break the record. He doesn't break the record if he stays in Washington. He's got to go somewhere.
Oh, no, he's moving, man. Him and Crosby both. You heard it here first.
Well, maybe they trade him to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh can't have any more old-ass motherfuckers on
that would do something there. Trade him to Pittsburgh. That's a good one. Yeah, I like that.
Imagine that. Crosby to Ovechkin.
Yeah, it would be awesome. I would be fine with it,
like,
especially if they broke the record there. I would be fine with it. I still don't think it would.
If Washington won, how did that work? Because Washington could have had Malkin. Imagine if Ovechkin.
No, they
and
couldn't have.
Crosby
How
were-
could they have had Malkin? They drafted Ovechkin first. Malkin went second.
Right.
Why would?
But I'm saying, like,
If Ovechkin would have went second, which was not going to happen.
or if they weren't the worst.
I would like to say, in this defense of the Washington Capitals, this isn't even anything we need to spend any time discussing. They made the right pick. Ovechkin is a better player
sure.
than Malkin.
Oh, no
Like,
doubt about it.
Malkin's a
No
Conn
doubt
Smythe
about it.
Hart Trophy winner. It's often forgotten that Crosby plays with one of the, top 50 guys to be drafted
I know,
in the
you
last.
say that over and over again. I would still take Crosby over Ovechkin. I'm sorry, dude, but
But
that being said, there's no way you take Malkin over Ovechkin. No.
But the difference is, that you build through the middle. It's like football. You need to have a good offensive line and a good defensive line to win championships. If you look at those 49ers of the 90s, the Hall of Famers, the Ronnie Lotts, the guys they had on the defensive line, the centers and guards and left tackles that they had were world class.
Yeah.
There's no difference in hockey. You need to have centers up the middle. And Nick Backstrom was that guy for the Washington Capitals, and he is not there anymore. And that you need to have a good center. They have to figure out this center thing. That's why I said I would do everything I could to get Lindholm out of Calgary, because it's better than not having anybody. So if they're going to try to compete, but I'll be honest with you, like last year as a Capitals fan, and I don't want to spend any more time talking about the Capitals because they're like the most boring team. If they're on the fence of making the playoffs, which is right now, that's where they're at, by the trade deadline, I want them to be sellers again. And this is good for the Leafs because TVR, Nick Jensen, they've got some good, they're going to, they just signed Ethan Bear to a 2-year contract. So they're going to trade some of these older guys. Joel Edmondson, by the way, has played, since he's been in the lineup for the Caps, he's played well. I think he had a bad one tonight, but he's played fine. And there's a guy who's won a cup, good, solid defensive defenseman.
He was good with Montreal in the bubble year too.
Yeah. I mean,
Edmonton.
He was really good with St. Louis the year they won the cup. So that's why they had to get rid of him, because they couldn't afford to keep him. So if I'm a fan like the Toronto Maple Leafs, where you need cheap defense, very good.
Right-handed shot, though. They need a right-handed shot.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have to give up Fraser Minton and to get let me just look at the caps here on Cap Friendly, and we can
just get Sean Walker from Philadelphia, and you won't have to pay a ton for him, but he's just another solid guy like McCabe.
You don't think Briere's going to be asking for the moon for him? I think they are, because they're not, dude. They're the second best team in the Metro right now, behind the Rangers. They're not missing the playoffs. And honestly, what are you going to get, a 6th-round pick? In a normal year for a guy like that. So Nick Jensen is a right shot D. Trevor Van Riemsdyk is a right shot. Trevor Van Riemsdyk would fit well in the Maple Leafs lineup. Is a right shot D. They're going to trade those two guys for sure. Joel Edmondson can play both, but he has a movement no trade clause from the Montreal deal. So I don't know if it's a restricted movement no trade clause. So he might be a tougher guy to move. Also, they have Alexander Alexiev that the Caps could play, and then now Ethan Bear is under contract. I don't know. He will be.
I personally wouldn't touch Edmondson with a 10-foot pole. Let me tell you. But Van Riemsdyk, that's different. I might that would be somebody I'd be interested in for sure.
Yeah, TVR solid 30. The thing with I'll tell you right now too. If I'm the Caps, I don't know. Carlson is a guy I'd consider moving too, but it's just going to be tough to move that $8 million. I mean, he's got 3 years left on his deal.
He's making too much.
So
yeah, but I'd be really interested in Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Like you could, yeah, I would definitely like that. I wouldn't even give them up if I were them. I don't know where they want to go. Where do you want to go if you're Washington? Are you rebuilding?
Well, you're going to trade guys like TBR and Jensen because they have Actually, those dudes have 3 years left on their deals. So Jensen has $4 million left for 3 years, and TVR has $3 million left for 3 years. So if you trade for those guys, you're getting some term. So I think if somebody wants one of those guys, yeah, I mean, their 3 right shot Ds are Carlson, Jensen, and Van Riemsdyk. But is Ethan Bear a right shot D?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to move one of those guys.
When they sign them, they say no, they're going to trade one of those guys at least.
Yeah, they're going to move one of those guys. They're going to move TVR.
I like both of those guys. So I think
Jensen and TVR are both great defensemen. I just think that it was a smart move by the Caps. Ethan Bear is only 26 years old. TVR and Jensen are 33 and 32. Jensen 33, TVR is 32. So those guys are getting at the end of their career. So we'll see what happens there.
One of those guys.
Where's been Ethan Bear? Has Ethan Bear been just hurt or unsigned?
No, Ethan Bear is signed. He signed a 2-year, $2 million.
But why? He's asking why he hasn't been signed up until now.
Oh, he had
an injury.
Yeah, he had an injury, and there's an insurance thing like he couldn't. They actually They just signed him yesterday officially, so it actually benefited him if he didn't sign before the 28th or whatever. That he got the insurance money from whatever his injury was from the last team he played for. I think that's how they guarantee money and then lets the other team off the hook or what have you too. It was complicated. I'd never even heard about it. So interesting. By the way, Coyotes up 1-0. John, there's a guy that I expect to be moved, John Gibson, but I heard he just had a kid, so that could complicate the move.
He's making too much. Well, I mean, he's playing a lot better this year. You never know in the market.
What a better place to raise a kid than New Jersey.
That would be where, especially when he's from New Jersey.
Well, Friedman said today on 32.
He's from Pittsburgh or New Jersey. I can't remember. He's from that area.
He's from Pittsburgh. If you're talking about John Gibson, he's from Pittsburgh.
Oh, he's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Friedman said today that New Jersey is looking, but I'll tell you right now, if Smead can return to form he had last year and what I saw from Dawes tonight in that game, because look, let's say the one thing the Ottawa Senators are not terrible at is scoring goals. But, somebody said something about Ottawa the other day that really resonated with me. They're the same throughout the lineup. They don't have any differences. Do you know what I'm talking about? Go ahead, Rico.
Yeah, sorry, just breaking news. Pearlo plus 400 on the Alex Kerfoot power play point prop.
Got it.
You just hit it?
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
That was Kerfoot on the power play? Nice.
That was a beauty play by Pearlo.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah, that was my big play for today for the bargain bin special. I didn't post it on Twitter because I've been so busy lately, but yeah.
I thought you did. I retweeted a bunch. I try to retweet just about everything you post. Guys, if you're not following Pearlo on Twitter, he posts some gems, and you're not going to win all the time, but he wins a lot. So,
more often than not, if you follow him, more often than not, Pearlo's making you money.
Yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't. But the truth is, this year I was having a decent year, but it wasn't until I started yapping with Rico that I started really doing well. So, make sure you follow Rico on Twitter because the guy is a rock.
I got to start putting out more of my bets.
We were talking this afternoon, and then you just flew off, Rico, because I imagine you wanted to focus on that Canadian game. Can we talk about that for a bit?
Dude, it was the last
World Juniors this year.
Is the four-legger.
Yeah, this World Juniors is a rockin' World Juniors right now, man. If you're not watching this stuff, this is great stuff right now. Hey, Rico?
I love it, man. It's my favorite, honestly, favorite time of year between the cup playoffs when it comes to hockey because we haven't had Olympics or World Cups or anything. Besides the Stanley Cup playoffs, this is my favorite time of year to watch hockey. I just love
here
it,
in Canada, the World Junior Championships are like, what would you say in the United States? It would be like their basketball, right?
Probably their Super Bowl kind of thing.
Well, I wouldn't say Super Bowl, but like the basketball, college basketball big event that happens there in the United States, this would be like that.
Yeah, I mean, like the U.S., Canada, Sweden are separating themselves right now. I don't know if Finland's probably still in fourth. They've always been the bridesmaid to Sweden, you know. So
Yeah, Finland doesn't look as strong this year. Sweden looks strong, but they're at home too, so it makes it they have that benefit of being at home. That's what I said. I really liked. I didn't really like Canada in that spot, but I should have thought when we were talking earlier about the under. I should have been all over the under in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured so with Sweden playing yesterday, 5-0 against Germany, they'd be up for Canada. But Canada, I think, still getting themselves together. You know how Team Canada is. They're not like the U.S. where one line for the U.S. play together all year long in university.
Yeah.
With Will Smith and what's the other two guys named Leonard and I think
Leonard.
Pearlo,
Yeah, that whole line plays with each other.
Yeah,
all the
like
time.
they play together all year long. So I think Canada is always one of those teams that gets better as the tournament goes on, type thing, because they start to get to know their line mates and the system together and stuff. So, and there's always a new coach behind the Canadian bench too. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? I never looked him up or anything.
What is it? He's a Quebec coach or something like that.
Is he? No idea. But every time I look at Team Canada at the World Juniors, there's a new coach behind the bench. It's like new team, new coach, because half their guys, like the U.S. as well too, they go to the NHL, and you know, if you could have brought back Bedard and stuff, this team.
I still say that if you had like every junior player that is a junior aged player,
dude, imagine.
Against every junior player, I still say Canada would kick ass still right now, but
probably. I mean, you'd have Leo Carlson playing for Sweden, you'd have Connor Bedard playing for Canada,
and you'd have Fintelli playing for U.S.
Fintelli playing for the U.S. Yeah. And where's Rossi from? Rossi's second in rookie points.
Is he still old enough? Is Rossi still old enough?
I think so. He's
still young enough, I should say.
I think so. But where's Rossi from? It sounds like a Swiss name.
I think he's
a Swedish
Swiss.
name.
Yeah, I'll look it up here in a second.
Rossi almost sounds like a Swiss name to me, but I'm not sure. Either Swiss, Sweden.
Somebody in the chat can tell us? Oh, somebody's rooting for HC Davos in the Spengler.
That's salty.
Yeah.
That's another good thing about the holidays too, is the Spengler Cup. It's like there's just hockey all morning and all afternoon and all night when it comes to the NHL.
If there is a heaven, that's what it's going to do. Austria. He's from Austria.
Oh, Austria.
Yeah.
Sick.
Oh, Colorado just scored.
Beautiful. I need them in regulation.
Colorado in regulation. So
me too. Thank goodness. Let's go. Even the puck line.
They shouldn't be winning this game though. Georgiev has just decided because he got his ass kicked against St. Louis last game.
I got the Drouin point tonight too.
I didn't take
Colorado and Reg and a small on the puck line. But since being called out by Devin Tays or whatever you call him, Drouin and Johansson have been playing better. So I think those are the two guys who called out.
Yeah. Durant has a big head about him. He thinks, and you know that it's definitely Durant because Durant thinks he's way better than he is. He has for a long time.
Probably one of the best trades of the last few years is Sergachev for Drouin, eh?
Oh yeah, and you knew that when they made it. Like it's not, you know what I mean? Like I actually thought Sergachev was going to be better than he is, to tell you the honest truth.
Yeah.
But when they made that trade, you were like, oh, come on, dude. Just because he's French Canadian, that's the way you thought about it, right?
I know. And look at this. 2 points tonight for Johansson. Johansson assisted on Devin Tays' goal. Another point for Drouin. It's like, all right.
Oh, you think Johansson was the other guy?
I think Johansson's played pretty well for them from everything I've heard from. I think Chicago might have just tied it up. With the net.
My God! Tell me it was Nick Foligno.
I didn't. That.
Tyler Johnson, I think.
I've got nothing on. I don't think I have anything on.
Yep, 4-4. It's 4-4 in that game.
I got
so Chicago is with 2:32 left. By the way, that Colorado goal couldn't have happened at a better time because it was only 1:40 left in that game too.
I think Alex B. Smith called this draw.
Alex had it at plus 420. The draw plus 420.
Alex has it. The draw.
That was his best bet tonight.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, how the hell is Chicago going in after Dallas lost 2-1 to St. Louis? They're gonna murder the Hawks, but man, gutsy effort on the road from Chicago.
Yeah, Tyler
in 2 nights.
Tyler Johnson is playing really well for them, Logan. He's had some injuries the past few years, but boy, that's going to go to overtime, I think.
Wow.
That's incredible.
I don't have a damn thing on that game. Nothing. I have nothing on that game at all.
I got a Nick Foligno or a Thomas Harley goal. I
never have nothing on it. Oh no, sorry, I have the over. That's right. I had the over.
Well, you hit that.
Yeah, we got that. That was the only thing I had on that game. That's right. Was the over 6.
Well, number 2, we've been saying stay away from the Stars. Oh, sorry, Rico. I didn't mean to cut you off there. Go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. I was just singing.
Oh, I was saying you gotta stay away from the Stars right now, just because no Ottinger. He's been out, so the Wedgwood's been their starter. Nothing against him. He's more than a capable backup, but when he's carrying the lion's share, I don't know that I trust. And I think it's clear and evident tonight, obviously, that Chicago. But again, too, like Pearlo, we talked about this the other day. Chicago brings it. Luke Richardson got those boys playing, so they're good.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever mentioned it here, but I've never been a DeBoer guy. Never.
I think you and I have talked about that when we were doing. Remember that we were doing those previews before we ever started this show? We just go through and talk all the teams.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of where you and I were like, oh, we are simpatico in a lot of things. Yeah.
You're not a DeBoer guy either, right, Beer?
I don't like him. I hate how he gets fired and gets another job immediately.
Yeah, I don't know what he does. He's got.
I thought Vegas made the absolute right decision to get rid of him, and I was 100% correct because Cassidy won a championship for him. In fact, I think I was angry that Vegas fired. I think a much better coach in Gerard Gallant. Sorry, Gerard, I cannot say your name tonight. Very impressive. Coach, I think.
Gallant, the thing is he has to work on his communication. He's a good X and O's guys, but he has a trouble with communication. But if you can get Cassidy, you fire pretty much any coach you got. Pretty much. Like that guy is a freaking genius, man.
The Avalanche game is final. I think his system and having a veteran team that didn't whine and complain was 100% the reason they won the Stanley Cup last year. And I wonder though about him long term being a guy that like it tends, because I just think Boston, I wouldn't consider Marchand and Bergeron crybabies, but I think they were ready for him to be gone. Krejci left and retired and came back miraculously after he left, so I was a little bit surprised. But Rico,
yeah, you can kind of understand the issue there. I don't know. Look at what DeBrusk is now. The main thing was DeBrusk was the one that was most vocal about it. And look what he's doing now. Nothing.
Not much. He's always been a streaky guy, though, don't you think?
Yeah, but I never fire Cassidy. I never fire, and Berube too. I'm sorry. Okay, St. Louis is doing okay right now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Bannister is some freaking genius dude, but man, it's hard to fire a Berube, really. Like, holy crap. Same as Barry Trotz in Washington, as you know.
Yeah, so they did not fire Barry Trotz, though.
Yeah, Barry Trotz wanted to go, though, right?
Here's what happened. So Barry Trotz had in his contract negotiated an automatic 3-year extension if he won the Stanley Cup. The problem was it was like $800,000 a year, and Barry was like, or 1.5 or something. And Barry was like, no, I want $4 million a year. And Ted Leonsis was like, no, you negotiated this deal. If you would have negotiated $4 million a year,
$5 million a year in the Islanders, yeah. So
and the Islanders paid him, but then the Islanders did fire Barry Trotz. They did fire Barry Trotz.
Actually, okay, I'll tell you a little more about that. Barry Trotz wanted to go. He knew he was going to Nashville, and he told Lamoriello that that's what he wanted to do, to be a general manager. And Barry Trotz, being the gentleman that he is, says, look, I'll fire you so you don't have to go through all the crap that you got to go through to say all this stuff. So he fired him. That's how that worked on there. They fired him, but really Barry wasn't going to be going back.
I mean, they hired his assistant, Lane Lambert, who's with the Caps when we won the Cup. So,
and by the way, let's give some props to Lane Lambert. He really has done.
They're playing good. They're scoring a lot of goals. They look good again tonight. I was shocked they laid an egg against Pittsburgh. They're missing their three best defensemen, Pulock, and Mayfield, I think, or something.
Mayfield, and they're still rolling along.
I mean, other than
they're my biggest surprise of the year right now. Like I'm really surprised by how well.
I mean, Philadelphia for me, but
no, I wasn't. I had Philadelphia. As a bubble team.
By the way, Philly has 8 shots on goal to Seattle's 3 right now. I was gonna rep the Burakovsky though tonight, but I didn't want to be too hot on the stream, because it's only 0 degrees here, Fahrenheit. Burakovsky back for Seattle's big. That's a big boon right before the Winter Classic. So, okay, so boys, I will advertise that we're doing the Winter Classic Monday, and then we'll be back to normal schedule for the new year, Tuesday through Friday, and then we may adjust the schedule after the first week to Monday through Thursday, and take Fridays off. Which I would like, because
I love the Monday to Thursday.
I think Monday to Thursday after football, that's what we're going to do. So we'll let everybody know. Just appreciate everybody hanging out in the chat and spending time with us. So we'll hopefully keep growing. Tell your friends, retweet us, share the stream. I have not done that yet tonight, but I appreciate everybody coming out. We got 9 days.
Who said that? Let Pearlo cook. What the heck was that? I was just reading the chat.
That was salty from a while back because of your plus 400 Kerfoot pick.
Oh, that's what that was for. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's good, man. That's wild. I had a 5-leg again to win $200, and I know I didn't hit it. I'm never gonna bet any shot props for Ovechkin ever again. Hey, Coach, thanks for sharing the stream tonight, man.
Was the Canada game was that the only one that screwed you on your parlay, Rico?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It came down to the last one, plus 1,300. Yeah.
If you'd had, I know you guys talked World Juniors while I was gone. Thank you for running the show. The Swedish team has scored 13 goals and their opponents have scored 0.
Yeah.
And we had the host country not meddling. I don't know what was their likelihood of meddling. They're like, oh, they're not that good. I heard all this shit talking.
I never said that. I think the Swedish team is a really good team. They have Bollander. They have a lot of good Leckermanni from Vancouver. They got a lot of good players there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see them meddling. I could see them winning. Really, I
host nation wins a lot.
I don't like the way the U.S. played against the Czechs today. Like that, they didn't show me
on a back-to-back. On a back-to-back.
Yeah, but they are so much better. This would be like, oh my god! Like
they played the day before Pearlo on a back-to-back, and Czechia didn't play. I mean, even Rico said this. I haven't been able to watch 1 second. So, guys, I really don't want to spend a lot of time talking World Juniors because I can't watch the games. I don't have the ability to watch the games. So,
I'm just saying that on roster-wise, they are way better than the Czechs.
Yeah, I heard they're the gold medal favorite, which I hate hearing. I think that's the dumbest shit ever. So. Yeah, Lomberg is Canadian. Lamborghini from Florida Panthers. Yeah, he's a Canadian guy. He's awesome, by the way. I would want him on my team in a New
I
York.
love Lomberg.
Yeah,
Lomberg is a great character, dude.
Did you see that fight he had the other day? He took on a guy like 3 times his size and whooped his ass. By the way, did you see the fight tonight that I never would have had on my bingo card? Rico, did you see the Alex
DeBrincat, yeah.
versus Roman Yossi?
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not hear about that.
DeBrincat, and you know what? DeBrincat won the fight. I was impressed. We're in overtime with Chicago and the Stars here. Oh, Sagan. Oh, Mrazek.
Oh.
Is that what you're watching intently there, Rico?
Yeah.
You have money on this game?
I need a Thomas Harley or a Nick Foligno goal.
Oh God! Well, those guys could score in overtime. I
know Harley just left the ice, so
I have to say, man, I've watched a lot of Chicago this year because of Bedard, just wanting to see him because I really hadn't gotten to see much of him play. Like I said, I don't get to watch the World. I could pay to watch. It cost me $88 to get the channel for a month to watch World Juniors, and then I'm just not doing it. So. I have to sign up
for that short a time. Why would you?
Yeah,
do that?
there's just no way.
Can you not do like a free trial type thing for 7 days?
Yeah, but they catch on to you, and you're like, oh, you've had this service before. So yeah, 3 or 4 years ago I did it, and it's just not tenable. So I have to figure something out because NHL Network blackouts are killing me too. So I mean, unfortunately the site I'm able to watch the Seattle Kraken on. I just don't understand why the NHL doesn't offer NHL Network as a streaming service so you can watch these games for like $5. I'd pay $5 a month and they would make so much money. It's ridiculous here in the States. You in Canada have all these options. You can just buy these little things, no problem. And it's like, nope. Here it's a pain in the ass. And it's the other thing with the UFC. I'm not paying for UFCs anymore. I'm a big UFC guy. I've watched it for years. It's $80 a month now. Like, I'm not
to watch UFC. Wow.
To watch a UFC pay-per-view is $80 a month.
For one.
Kevin Weeks like my tweet. Kevin Weeks like my tweet. Yes, we got to try to get Kevin Weeks. Got to get Kevin Weeks on the chat on the pod here one of these days. Do you guys want to preview tomorrow's games, or we want to let's finish this? 37 seconds left in the Chicago Dallas game in Dallas. Oh, was that? Oh, Heiskanen about ended it there. That looked like he just missed it.
I'd love to preview tomorrow's games. That would be fantastic.
We will as soon as this overtime's over, Pearlo. By the way, the Philadelphia Flyers are up 1-0 on the.
Yeah, they're up 1-0 right now.
Rupe Hintz with the hat trick, overtime winner for the.
Nice.
Yep. Rupe Hintz.
I did not pick Dallas, but I had the over, and
I'll take the 3 goals from Rupe Hintz because I have him on fantasy too. Yeah. Okay.
Remember, preseason, I took Rupe Hintz to win the Rocket as a dark horse kind of pick.
I thought you had him to win the Selke.
Was it the Selke?
Oh no. Was that Rico? That was Nico Hischier you had. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so that game is over. So if you're just joining us and you're wanting to know scores, the finals are Blue Jackets Leafs 6-5. How else could a Blue Jackets Leafs game go? Blue Jackets winning 6-5. Predators Red Wings overtime 5-4. Rangers lose 3-4 in Sunrise to the Panthers. Devils win 6-2 in Ottawa, by the way. Ottawa, not good. Ottawa's huge disappointment this year. Capitals lose on the island 5-1, but I will say that is their first loss to the Islanders. Awesome, Salty. Go to the Pens game. That sounds great. Stars just won a few seconds ago. Rupe Hintz with a 4th career hat trick. 5-4 against Chicago Blackhawks. Boy, the Blackhawks are fun to watch right now, though. Avalanche get a late goal from the man. Who scored? Was it Taves, Devon Taves, his 5th of the year. They win 2-1 against the Blues late in St. Louis. Currently, there are 2 other games on. They are the Anaheim Ducks versus the Arizona Coyotes. Coyotes are up 1-0. That game is in Anaheim at the Honda Center. And the Flyers are in Seattle at Climate Pledge Arena. They are up 1-0. That period is about to end. Okay, so we will actually preview tomorrow, Sunday, and the Winter Classic, which we will be live for here on NHL Nightly for a special edition of our show for
preview all of them. All right, let's go.
It's Friday, dude. How are we not going to? We have 9 games on Saturday, 9 games on Sunday. We don't do shows, so we got to preview them all, right?
Completely forgot. Yeah. Yep. Awesome.
Okay, we got to try at least, right? Give our fans, and we got all our gambling guys coming in. Correct. That's where we're getting all our traction in this show, my man.
Yeah.
And I believe the future of radio. We're gonna talk moves and stuff, but like the future of this business is going to always have a heavy gambling element to it.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, just like the NFL is now, right?
So Rico, we need play-by-play from you. Each time a cat goes by, you just got to give us the name. The cat.
Oh, and here goes Gypsy. She's scratching the side of her mouth against the side of my laptop. Oh, and she's back on the ground. I think she's looking for treats here. Okay. She might have thought I dropped one earlier. She's back on the ground. So
I love it. Okay. For those of you that don't watch the show, but listen to the podcast, please check out the YouTube on the live stream, Rico and his cats.
Oh, did I lose you? What happened there?
What?
Beard froze.
Froze beard. Frozen beard.
Frozen beard.
Beard's frozen. So cold in Alaska, he froze.
Yeah. He really froze up. Let's take over the show for now, I guess. I'm going to turn my one light off here. Just wait. And then we can... That's better.
Well,
I don't know what happened with him. But
I don't know, but tomorrow there's basically... No, I know. Tomorrow there's basically one early game. We got the Wild at the.
Hey guys, we lagged real bad. Sorry. That was. I actually think it was StreamYard. Yeah, thank you, Doug. I think StreamYard crashed because everything else I have on Wi-Fi is working fine. So I don't know what happened there. I think StreamYard just crashed. Is all. It happens. Very lot less problems with StreamYard than Streamlabs. I watch Hot Take Hockey struggle with Streamlabs like on a daily basis. Okay, here we go, boys. Let's
go.
The games for Saturday, the 30th of December. We only have 2. Oh, by the way, do the Leafs play tomorrow too?
No, I think the next night at home against Carolina.
No, they play tomorrow. They play tomorrow.
Do they again?
Yeah, against the Hurricanes on home ice. So does Austin Matthews get his 30th goal of the season before the new year? Incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Good guys. Okay. All right.
I mean, I wouldn't bet against it.
Okay, so first game out of the chute is a 2 p.m. Eastern puck drop. So that's like a 10 a.m. game. Yeah. Brunch. Oh, 10 a.m. for me, 2 p.m. for you guys, 2 p.m. for you, Rico. The
12 for me.
Wild versus the Jet, and noon for Pearlo. No worries.
Yep.
The Wild versus the Jets. I have the Wild are a road dog plus 114. The over/under is 6.
That's the first game of a back-to-back. I think I like the draw there.
Draw, okay. Andrew says
I like draw and under and Jets ML. I like
Okay.
I don't think Minnesota's going to win in regulation, so I'll play all those. Draw
Okay.
under and Jets and that's a back-to-back home and home too, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that though. I don't mind that. I don't mind. I mean, it
Oh, I
sucks that
love
they're
that.
early games,
I
but
love those home and homes. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know who are they going to play. Like, are they going to play Fleury here? Like, it's going to be interesting to see who the goaltender is.
I mean, Jets just lost to Chicago with Hellebuck and net, so I just feel like it really just on any given day you could see anything happen. So, yeah. Wild have been playing some damn good hockey too. So, okay, the next game is the Blue Jackets at the Sabres. The Blue Jackets are a plus 170 road dog.
Yeah, I'll take the Sabres. I like the Sabres, but I probably don't like the price. But
I probably like the over there, but if any side, it'd probably be the Sabres.
The over under is 7 in that game.
oh gosh,
I do not like the over in that game.
No,
I will say this,
not
guys.
really.
Quite frankly, the Blue Jackets have been getting better goaltending than the Sabres. They just have.
but they got Tarasoff in tomorrow, I think, right? So
Doug says he's not afraid of 7, which is not. I mean, it's 4-3. It's not that big. It's a push if you hit that. But Andrew says draw.
okay, give me the Sabres team total over 1.5 first period. I bet you that's like plus 160. I think the Sabres scored too early tomorrow. That's what I like.
That's a quick turnaround for Columbus too to play at 5:00.
Yeah. I think their legs will be a little heavy to get going. So, yeah, as long as the Sabres play, yeah, I like that.
Okay, the next.
Sabres
sorry.
puck line tomorrow.
Sabres
Okay.
puck line, yeah, that would be good too. Yeah.
Okay, the next game is Devils road dog plus 136 at Bruins over under 6. I like the Devils at money line myself. How about you guys?
On a back-to-back,
Yikes.
who was
Boston's-
in today? Schmidt? Who was in
No,
today?
Schmid is down in the minors.
Yeah, I was at Dawes Kid today, so tomorrow's going to be Vanacek, and I think
Vanacek,
Boston has been
yeah,
sitting
good
at home
Bruins.
since that 4-1 win
Bruins,
at Buffalo on Wednesday.
Bruins. If Vanacek's in net, Bruins team total over, all the overs.
I think the Bruins too, because they go to Detroit on Sunday. They're going to want to take care of business at home against the Devils.
I have been impressed with how the Devils have been playing as of late, like a team that's trying to make the playoffs. Andrew says Devils under 6. Doug likes the under as well.
I could see the under. Yeah, I could definitely see the under.
Okay. Canadians at Panthers. I'm going to just go fast, guys, because we have a lot of games. By the way, Canadians are a plus 210 road dog, which sounds about right against, I think, maybe the best team in the Eastern Conference, the Florida Panthers.
Everybody thought it was crazy when I said
Stolar's in net against Jake Allen's already been confirmed in net. So
the over-under is 6.5 in that. Habs at Panthers, over-under 6.5.
Go ahead.
I mean, I kind of like the under a little bit. Both of them are at the bottom of the league in goals for. So I don't know, man. Goals allowed though. The only thing is Florida doesn't give up much either. So I think the Panthers. I can't bet.
Florida just beat New York though, right? This seems like a letdown spot for Florida.
Yeah.
I could see Montreal pulling this out. I would take the money on Montreal for a very little bit.
Just because it's such a big money line, right? Plus 210.
Yeah. The value's on Montreal here for sure. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Tough to bet against the Panthers, but totally see your point. Okay. The next game is Blues at Pens. Blues are a road dog plus 160. The over-under is 6.
St. Louis coming off a couple tight games against Dallas Wednesday.
Feels like the Pen should win that
Colorado
game.
Friday.
Yeah.
This is third game in 4 nights for St. Louis, and now they got to go on the road for this game.
Yeah. Feels like the Pen should win that.
Feels like a Pittsburgh spot to me. Yeah, I'd go Penguins all day there.
Yeah, especially with Blues coming on a back-to-back, like you guys were saying. And they're having some problems scoring, and Pittsburgh's coming off their best win of the year. So they're going to be humming. So that's a don't overthink it one. Rangers at Bolts. No team is favored. It is a over-under of 6. I like the Rangers in this. No offense. Draw is a good one, too. Doug says draw. He also said Blues under 6 is for Andrew, and Doug said draw for.
And Quick started tonight in Florida.
Yeah, it's going to be Shesty tomorrow.
Shesterkin will be in.
You know, the thing is with the Rangers this year, Quick has actually been the better goalie for them, and Shesterkin has not been.
Yeah, but I really like that that Lavi trusted Shesterkin against the Lightning here. I think Shesterkin's going to bring it tomorrow. He was really disappointed that he was basically treated like a backup up until now, but now it looks like he's getting the big spot in this game. I think Shesterkin's going to bring it tomorrow. I like the under in this game. I like the under.
Okay. Yeah, under 6. Okay. So like a 3-2 game, 2-1 game, somewhere
like that. Yeah.
It's just hard for me to see that the way every game I've seen with Tampa, they have no problem scoring. They just have problems keeping the puck out of their net. So
I just think Shesterkin's going to go off tomorrow. I don't know who's going to win the game. I think Shesterkin's going to go off.
Yeah, this is a tough call because I know Tampa has Montreal at home on Sunday, then they go out on the road. But this is third game in 4 nights for the Rangers as well, too. This is a tough call, man. I mean, overall, Rangers better team. The goaltending could probably even itself out. It's just Shesterkin has himself a game tomorrow night, coming off a loss against Florida.
Doug says Lightning are excellent at home. Rangers back-to-back just feels like a draw or under. Under.
I like the draw, too. Draw and under. I would take both. Draw and under.
Okay, next game. Canes versus Leafs in Toronto. Over under 6.5. No team is favored. I like the Canes.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see Martin Jones there.
So here's what I'll say. If it's the under, I think the Leafs could win the game if they keep it under the 6.5. But because that means they play good defensive hockey, and they don't make Martin Jones work too much. I think Martin Jones has actually played very well for the Leafs so far. I think if it hits the over, I think if they get into a shootout, I like the Canes, and the Canes are playing some really good hockey the last couple of games. So I honestly just think this is the absolute, and they're not playing a back-to-back like Toronto. So this is a tough one, man.
Yeah, Kachekov's confirmed. Martin Jones is a better goalie than Samsonov. I don't know what the Leafs do with Samsonov, but that's besides the point. This is going to be a good game. I don't think you see an under here, though.
Trade Samsonov to Edmonton for Jack Campbell. Oh. I'm serious. There's a heart attack. Do it right now because
no, you can't because Campbell's signed for too long. They don't want to commit to him because they didn't commit to Samsonov. They're not going to commit that term to Jack Campbell.
Well, but Campbell played well for Toronto, and he's loved
but
in
he's
that locker
still
room.
Mentally fragile, just like Samsonov is.
I wonder though if he couldn't rebound in Toronto, and I just think Toronto's a big enough city that. And if he doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out. Samsonov's not working for the Leafs.
You think Campbell's gonna do better with more pressure? Like, no.
He did really good with the Leafs, Pearlo. The proof's in the pudding. Campbell was not the reason the Leafs lost.
No, but he was bad for a lot of his time in Toronto too. He had like 10 game like rival where he played really well. 10 games here, 10 games
Hey, I'm
there.
just throwing a hot take out there.
And And it's pretty damn unfair to just throw it all on Joseph Wall when he comes off injury to lead this team to the Stanley Cup too. That's a fucking scary situation, man.
They need to get another goalie.
Yeah, they do. I agree, but I don't think Campbell's the guy.
No, you need a little bit more of a vet.
I like bringing Mrazek back from Chicago.
Oh, I do. I don't think Mrazek going back to Toronto works at all. But boy, he has actually played well for Chicago.
Yeah, I'm just saying what's available out there. It's not most ideal, but there's not much available out there.
Mrazek was absolute dog shit for the Leafs.
Oh, he was.
He knows the division.
Yeah, so I heard today on Friedman that Kent Hughes knows what he's got, and he is asking a lot, and he's not coming down in price because he knows motherfuckers can't do anything else.
In Montreal, you mean for Allen? Yeah, he's not asking a lot now. But get down to the deadline, and everybody's like, "Yeah, we don't need that much."
He's gonna get more, Pearlo. These GMs panic now.
He's gonna get a second and a prospect. That's what he's gonna get.
Okay.
Didn't Ben Sherrod
which is a lot for Allen. Which is a lot for Allen. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah.
Okay, Preds at Caps. The over/under is 6.5. I like
both
the Preds.
coming off back-to-backs.
Kemper's in for Washington. I take the opposition all day.
You think Kemper gets a start over Lindgren tomorrow?
Well, no. Kemper played tonight.
Oh, Kemper played tonight?
Yeah,
Lindgren
I thought Lindgren was in tonight. Shit,
Kemper came. Yeah, Lindgren came in after he let in 5.
Oh man, I did not notice that. I am really kicking myself. I would have been all over the Islanders. Okay, so the Lindgren is in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Lindgren will probably be in tomorrow. But who's this backup in Nashville right now? It's Yaroslav Askarov.
Oh, you don't know about Yaroslav Askarov? He's been there. That's why they've been willing to trade UC Saros. This guy is a monster,
dude. They picked him like 7th overall.
Yeah, he's so good. He's been killing. He's been killing it in the great Milwaukee. He's been playing for the Milwaukee Admirals and just like the last 2 years, and all the Predators fans I talked to are like, yeah, when are we getting Askarov up here? Yeah, the Caps are losing that game. I don't care if
I don't agree.
Is that his debut as a Nashville Predator?
I don't know. No, he's played before for them a couple games here and there, I think.
Yeah, he played every once in a while. But they're really being patient with him, and he doesn't have great numbers in the minors, but I mean, it's hard to tell in the minors because they don't play defense much in the minors. So he's got good numbers for his age in the minors. Yeah, he could rock it tomorrow. No doubt about it. He could rock the crap out of it tomorrow. But I like Lindgren so much, I'm taking Washington tomorrow. I think Lindgren should be in the vet. I think they should stop playing. They should only be playing. He's their number one now. Forget, I don't care how much you're paying.
I think they should look to move Kemper and re-sign Lindgren. I'm with you.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Lindgren is rocking the shit right now.
Okay.
Like, I would be playing him every single game if I could. Yeah.
I think this next one, which is the final game of the day, is the game of the day, and I think it's over for the Oilers. Oilers at Kings, over under 6.5. I'd probably take the over. Kings are winning.
I hated that game that they lost against Vegas. I hated it.
That's why they're winning.
They look
Oilers
so
are on
bad.
a 3-game win streak.
Yeah, they just beat up on the fucking Sharks. And the Kings just lost to the defending Stanley Cup champions who finally found their game. I'm sorry. The Oilers finally have
Vegas was waiting for that game. Vegas
it was only 3-2. It's not like they blew them out or anything. It was only 3-2. Vegas.
Yeah, the King. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't a terrible loss. They didn't even play bad.
They did look great.
I mean, the Oilers did beat the Devils, and then they went to New York and beat the Rangers.
The Devils have been one of the worst teams. They've been one of the.
Yeah, I know, but then they went into MSG Friday night and beat the Rangers.
Which they shouldn't have won. That second goal should have counted, and it would have totally demoralized them. And they're in the bag for the fucking Oilers. That game should have been New York's all day. They dominated.
I'll look at it this way. If LA wins, I like the under.
The Oilers scored 3 goals in like 2:35 because they are the luckiest fucking shooting team I've ever seen in my life. And I saw it last year when they were scoring 45% on the power play. This year they ain't doing that shit either. So
if LA wins, I like the under. I don't. So because they're the best shot suppression team in the league, and the Oilers survive on shots. So I like the under. And I think you're probably right. LA probably wins, but I don't think it's going to be an easy win.
The winning streak is over for Edmonton.
I think LA wins this game because the next 3 games that Edmonton has after this is the Ducks, Flyers, Senators, and add the Blackhawks.
They got
their schedule. Then the Red Wings.
They could lose to the Flyers easily. They could lose to the Ducks as well. And the Senators are a joke, so I don't see them beating.
And then Montreal.
Montreal, they'll beat too.
The perception, what Rico is saying is that player perception is this is a tough game. So whatever, we'll mail it in and we got 4 easy ones. Not saying that they are actually easy, but
they're beatable on the schedule. And you got Anaheim on Sunday. You got a back-to-back. You got the LA, and then you got to go to Anaheim the next day. It's not far, but it's still a game the next day. So you got to kind of leave a little bit in the tank. And I think the Kings are going to empty it out against the Oilers and show them that they're better. And it's in LA. And they're coming off a loss. So I like the Kings there.
I got to take LA there. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's.
We'll get the line matchup against McDavid and Draisaitl and those guys. LA will match up those centers like Danault and Dubois and Kopitar against those Oilers in LA. It's not going to work.
And it'll be Talbot against Skinner probably.
No, Philip Danault will be in McDavid's back pocket. Like or Kopitar. Or PLD. Any of those guys can skate.
Well, it better be Danault. The best defensive forward they have right now is Danault.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I single-handedly think he took that Montreal team to the Stanley Cup Finals. Just
him and Joel Edmondson. and Shea Weber.
Nice.
Shea Weber with a bad back. Okay. So we have no lines for Sunday's games, guys. So I have no lines and I have no over-unders, so we're not going to do them. But we are going to do Monday's game. We're going to broadcast live. That is going to be the Kraken hosting the Vegas Golden Knights, defending Cup champions. I'm going to make a pick here. I don't have over-under. I don't have anything for that. Sorry, we won't know until day of the game. I'm gonna pick the Kraken to win. I think this is their Super Bowl. I think this is the single most important game in their franchise's history. I don't think Vegas is gonna play poorly now, but I just think this is the Kraken's game to win. They're getting some guys back. They got Burakovsky back. The Tomas Tatar trade has worked out pretty well for them. He's actually been putting the puck in the net for them, and just the way they play system-wise and stuff. But we'll see. I wouldn't be shocked if Vegas won. I've just not been really impressed with Vegas other than their win against LA. They have not looked great. So we'll see. So, and they don't have a game in between to judge. They're not playing on Sunday and they're not playing Saturday. So Vegas has this time off. So Seattle has the game against the Flyers tonight, which they are losing 1-0. And by the way, the Flyers have 13 shots on goal to the Kraken 5. I'm telling you right now, the Flyers are.
My big bet is the under of this game. So
it sucks for Flyers fans because in reality they should be sellers because they really need to, but
they don't need to be sellers. Tortorella is one of the greatest coaches of all time, and they don't need to be sellers.
I think they are going to be making some trades, though, based on what Keith Jones said on Kipper and Bourne. Hey, real quick, we'll recap the 2 live games. It's 1-0 Coyotes and 1-0 Flyers. Those games are in the second. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? Some closing thoughts?
Well, we didn't get into Sunday's games, but
I don't have lines or over-unders, Pearlo, so I feel like
the Seattle-Vegas game. I don't think Vegas cares if they win that game or not, so I would take Seattle. And
Yeah, I
would
think
take
Seattle
them.
wins it. I'm
I
just picking.
don't see. Now I've started to realize that what Vegas has done is they've torn a page out of the Tampa Bay Lightning playbook for the regular season. They only really play for teams that they want to like get the upper hand on in the playoffs. They know they can win most of the games, just kind of half-assing it. But when they go up against teams that they know that they're going to be playing first or second round in the playoffs, they're winning those games. That's what Tampa Bay always did. They lost to like Columbus and stuff like that. I don't give a crap about that. And I don't think they give a crap about this game. So I would say Seattle wins the game, and I would take the under.
Yeah, I think it's the single most important game in Seattle Kraken's franchise history. And I just think they're going to go out and play the best game they played this year.
Yeah, and Vegas is going to like, okay, you take it, whatever. We don't care.
Yeah, and then honestly, if you're Seattle, you want to lose the rest of the season because you need to add some more talent to that roster. And it was awesome they made the playoffs last year, and I think it was great for the fans. But it's also good from what I've heard from Ron Francis in interviews and stuff, that they really are taking the long view on this, and I think they would really absolutely not care if they had a top 5 pick instead. So, and looks like there's a lot of talent in this draft again too. So I do think
that top pick there.
Yeah,
that kid from Canada looks fantastic. Celebrini looks amazing.
Yeah, he'll look good in that San Jose teal, I think, and they deserve it. And then you know what?
I hope they get him. I do
too. And you know what? They'll have him and Will Smith from the U.S. team up the middle. Yeah. And if Couture comes back and plays and is healthy, because he's got a lot of time left on that deal, they'll actually have 3 decent centers, and you can look at San Jose next year and be like, oh, they might be a sneaky team if Will Smith and if Celebrini is one of those guys that plays right out of the thing, which you know, that might not even be the best case scenario for San Jose. They might want another top 5 pick for a year or two because they still got some dead weight contracts. They got to figure out how to get rid of those guys like Couture and Vlasic and stuff. So
Vlasic,
there's no getting rid of Pickles, man. You can't get rid of Pickles. Nobody's taking
Pickles. So you guys have any other closing thoughts? What's the World Junior schedule like tomorrow for you guys?
It's nothing. They got like the 2 worst teams playing against each other tomorrow. It's not much of a thing.
Yeah, no, it's Switzerland, Norway, Germany, Latvia. This is like a relegation day tomorrow. This is teams that are going to
Germany, right? Probably wins that one.
Germany probably wins it.
Yeah, Germany and Switzerland should beat Norway, I think.
So Sunday we have Slovakia at the U.S., Finland at Sweden. That's always feisty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Switzerland at Czechia.
I would take Sweden, but it's going to be.
And then Germany at Canada.
Canada
so Sunday
will destroy Germany. Yeah.
I don't think Germany's that good this year.
Yeah, you got to wake up extra early, Beard. It's 6 o'clock my time for U.S. Slovakia. What time is that your time? 6 o'clock my time?
That would be 2 a.m. 2 a.m. for me.
2 a.m.
So it's not wake up. It's called not go to bed. And honestly,
that's
but
Sunday?
again, Rico, I have no way to watch it. I have to change my whole entire television provider.
No sites,
not too many
no
people in the
online
United
sites,
States can watch it, and that is like criminal. It's one of
No,
the
you
best.
can watch it in the U.S. You have to have the NHL Network, which I can't get.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, they
you can't even
broadcast
get
games
it.
on the NHL Network. Yeah, I can't
You
get
can't
it.
even get the NHL Network?
I can get it. I told you it cost me $88 a month. I have to sign up for.
And that just gives you that?
Well, I mean, I get a bunch of other channels, but I don't need them. I already get them through Hulu. So I don't need them. I need NHL Network. That's all I fucking need.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was going to say, when you guys were talking about the World Juniors, I would say the comparable in the U.S. for us is probably the World Cup soccer. When we have the World Cup every 4 years, people get into it pretty big for the men and the women if they're in it. The women are usually the better for us. But I'll just say this. I think that's the comparable for you guys with the World Juniors because you guys are, but you get the World Juniors every year. So it's pretty cool that you get those and you guys are in.
It's the same as your basketball, college basketball.
No, I think that's different, Pearlo. I don't think that's as big as you think it is. I think a lot of people follow it and it's exciting the first couple of weeks, but I don't know. It's
like March Madness.
I don't think it's March. I don't think it's
March
comparable.
Madness is not a big thing there, really.
I just think it depends on where you live. I think March Madness.
Well, see, World Juniors here is big for hockey fans. It's not big for the general population.
But isn't it big for all of Canada?
No.
Logan says World Baseball Classic-ish. Dude, what I'm trying to do is find a comparable because of how much you guys like it. I'll say that's why I said I think it's the World Cup soccer for us. But we only.
I like it because I played hockey and I played junior hockey, and it happens around the holidays. So I grew up in Northern Ontario, where it's always a snowstorm and everybody gathers together in the hockey community to watch the World Juniors with families. So that's
it makes in the gold medal game. It becomes a country thing, I guess. But up until that point, it's just like hockey fans watch it. Like hot take hockey, like serious hockey fans. The average Canadian is not watching Norway against Czechoslovakia.
Right, but if Canada's playing, you guys are watching.
If they're in the semifinals or finals, you'll get a lot of people watching. Yeah, but I mean, it's not.
This is what infuriates me about these. I wish so. TSN is owned by the same corporation that owns ESPN, ESPN Plus. Why in the F are the World Juniors not available on ESPN Plus? That's what bothers me. Why are they on the NHL Network? They don't have anything to do with the NHL Network, but they're on there. So if they were on ESPN Plus, I would be able to watch them. And honestly, dude, I would watch Canada. I would watch Czechia. I would watch Russia if they were there. And I would watch, oh, by the way, Ohio State getting murdered in the bowl tonight by the Missouri Tigers.
Like ESPN Plus is like they do like the Lumberjack Challenge and stuff like that, right?
No, that's what all the NHL games are on, bro.
Oh, okay.
All the NHL games are on ESPN Plus.
Oh,
for us in the States. Yeah, no, they don't do the Lumberjack games. They do the point, almost all the NHL content outside of TNT for the US is on ESPN Plus, unless you're fucking regionally blacked out.
But I gotta tell you this, our lower network here, which is TSN, Sportsnet is the big sports.
Yeah, no, they got the NHL package nationally. I'm aware.
They don't. Sportsnet doesn't carry the World Juniors. TSN does.
No, I know. I'm aware of that. That's
the lower. That's the lower one.
Right, but I just said to you, TSN is owned by the same company that owns ESPN, ABC.
Oh,
Disney
really?
Corporation. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
so. I don't know why they wouldn't play it there. Then that's crazy. Yeah.
No, it's on the NHL Network. I have no idea.
They must think you're not getting the value. It's like they're not getting value, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I mean,
but I'll tell you what, they should start selling that now that hockey's getting so big there because it is such a great tournament. It's awesome.
I agree. I had no problem having the NHL Network when I had satellite. So yeah, NBC still does sports, Andrew. So NBC has a couple of. So what happened was NBC Sports, their channel, they folded it under the auspice of their Peacock stream. So NBC Sports still does. They still have the biggest game of the week in Sunday Night Football. That's NBC Sports. So, and there's still regional coverage. NBC hockey. NBC still does Philadelphia, Chicago, and San Jose. Those three NBCs were very strong, well run. And yes, ABC does hockey. ABC is owned by ESPN/Disney. They do hockey. The Stanley Cup Finals will be on ABC/ESPN this year. ABC is ESPN basically. So yeah, that's how that works. There's only like 3 major conglomerates that own everything, and all these other things are under them. It's basically you have Paramount, which is CBS, all that stuff, and then you've got like NBC, which is like USA and Peacock and all that, and then you've got ABC, Disney, and then that's kind of it. Fox, you have Fox. So there's 4, but like that's pretty much it. You guys have anything else for the evening, and we'll close up shop here.
No, I see Justin Folk, lower body. He's not going to travel to Pittsburgh. Apparently, he got hurt late against Colorado tonight. So
probably helps Blues out, honestly.
I know. I see on Blues Twitter, like, good. He's fucking brutal anyway. And they got a Golden Girls meme saying, "I've had it up to here."
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, I feel like he hasn't been very good for a while. This Ducks Arizona game is chippy as shit. Still 1-0. There's been some sticks flying.
Well, look what's number 1 trending in Canada right now. Let me see if I could show you.
I can't.
Wait.
You have to pull it away. Here, let me give you full screen. Hold on. We'll give you full screen.
Look at the 2 number 1.
Samsonov, Kyprios, yes.
Didn't I tell you earlier? Kyprios was on the call tonight at the desk.
You did tell me.
And him and Elliot Friedman went at it about Samsonov. Yeah, so Samsonov's trending and Kyprios entry living. Oh, shit.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta do a late night trailer here.
Okay, Pearlo.
Hey, Pearlo, thanks. Hey, Pearlo, thanks so much.
I love this show. I love doing this show. I like everybody in the chat. Thanks for coming on. And we'll be back. Are we going to be back Monday then? Tuesday.
We will be back Monday at for the Winter Classic stream.
Oh yes, right.
Yeah,
Winter Classic. Everybody show up. It's going to be a blast.
So that is going to be your time. 1 and 11 my time, I think. Yeah. So 3:00 your time, Rico.
Yeah. Nick Kyprios suggests during the post-game coverage that the Leafs should send Samsonov to the minors for a couple or weeks and call up Dennis Hillerby. I don't agree with Kipper often, but yes.
Yeah.
I DM'd him. I just DM'd him. I just said, hey, I hear you're training in Canada.
He needs to build some confidence there for sure. Okay, guys, gotta go.
Okay,
Awesome.
see you, Pearlo. We're gonna shut the show down anyway. Thanks to everybody that came out tonight. Appreciate y'all. We're out.